lay down. Just adjust here and make sure everything is nice and still and even. If this hurts your back, you can take your feet further away from you. If you want a little stretch in your chest, you can take your arms like goalpost arms here. Make sure your shoulder blades are in their pockets and close your eyes. And just notice how you're breathing this morning. Do breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And when you exhale, soften. So every time you breathe out, soften your whole body. If you're not sure, find a spot where you're holding tension. Try to soften just that spot. When that spot feels pretty soft, move on to another spot. Couple more nice deep breaths. Just concentrate on your breath and how your body feels. Don't let any other thoughts expand in your mind. Take one more breath here. Reach down to the outsides of your thighs and pull your knees together. Pull your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg along the mat or the floor, whatever you're using. Just move that right leg side to side. Just a few times back and forth here. Now with your left hand, hold your right thigh. Take your right leg all the way over to the left. If you can bring it to the floor, bring it to the floor. Use your left hand to just gently encourage that thigh down a little bit more. And then reach your right arm out to the right and turn and look at the right. Try to relax all the muscles in your spine. And gently roll yourself back to center. Set your right foot down. Pull your left knee into your chest. Extend your right leg along the mat. Pull that left knee in and then do a little side to side here. Pull back and forth. Again, we'll take that twist. So your right hand goes to the outside of your left thigh. Coming over as far as you can come over. Use your right hand to help encourage. Reach your left arm out to the left and turn and look at the left side. And then make your way back to center. Pull both knees into your chest. Give them a little hug in. And roll onto your right side and gently press yourself up. To a cross-legged seat, so legs crossed at your shins, feet flexed. You can always sit up on something if your knees are coming up really high, or take your feet a little further away from you. Inhale, reach your arms up. Nice big lift. Exhale, reach up and over. When your back starts to round, bring your hands down. It's just like I was talking about the other day, how we don't want to round our back. We want to keep our spine neutral here. That's going to get you into your hips a lot more. If you start rounding, you're going to release or relax through your hips. We want to be relaxed, but we want that stretch. So you're reaching out as far as you can, keeping your spine nice and neutral. And then next, exhale, walk your hands over to the right side. Keep your left sitting bone down. Keep both shoulders relaxed down. And keep your hands pretty even, so don't reach that right arm way out. And then exhale, walk through center. Over to the left, your right sitting bone down, your shoulders down and away from your ears. Nice deep breaths. You can breathe more into your right side, get a little better stretch. And then come back to center and walk your hands up towards your legs. Now we're going to take both legs over to the right side. So you're going to take that right leg out and over. Okay. If you can't do this, you can take your leg out straight. But if your knee will allow, I'm going to go here. Either hold on to your right ankle or reach your right arm out to the side, lift your left arm up and over. Try to be heavy through that right hip. If it hurts your knee, extend your leg or back off a bit. Next inhale, lift up. Exhale, twist towards the left. You can take your right arm across, and then you can bring your forearms down. Now this hip can come up. You can let it turn forward here. Come onto your forearms, or if you want to go further, you can bring your forehead down to the mat. Relax your shoulders. Try to relax through your hip flexors. If you're tightening up somewhere, relax. Walk your hands up. And we're going to switch legs. So you're going the other way. So your left leg back behind you. You might be different on each side, so you might have to extend your leg here. Either grab your ankle or hand down, up and over. Relax your shoulder. Keep your chest rolled open. I'll have to wear my glasses next time so I can see if I see somebody's commenting or somebody's joining, but I can't see what it says. I'll stay on a little bit after too and look and answer any questions. All right, we're lifting up. Exhale, over. This hip can come forward. You're coming onto your forearms, or reach your arms out, bring your head down. Whatever feels best for you. Just try to relax. Yourself back up. Okay, so I'm not going to get fancy into how we're going to do this here, but what I want you to do is take your right foot forward and your left leg back. So right foot forward, left leg back, left knee down. Make sure your right knee and your right ankle are lined up. The knee is not coming forward of your ankle. Be heavy through your hips. So if you have to walk that foot forward, you can walk it forward. Now walk your right foot out to the right, just a couple inches, and then bring both hands inside your right foot. This might be too much. If it's too much, you can lift up a bit. You can bring your hands up on something. If it's not enough, you can bring your forearms down to the mat. And it's okay if your back rounds a bit here. I mean, I don't want you to intentionally round into it because you're going to lose the stretch. But if you get here and then it wants to round a little, let it, that's fine. Relax. Try not to hold on to anything here. Nice deep breaths. And where you're tightest, you're going to feel it the most. Some people will say in yoga poses, well, where am I supposed to feel it? It's your body. You're going to feel it where you feel it. But I can tell you in something like this, most people feel it through the left hip flexor. Some people are really going to feel it on the right outer hip or inside of the right groin, I guess. Right, we're going to move from here into pigeon prep. So we've got your left toes turned under. You walk that right foot back in. Lift up off of your left knee. You can bring your right knee towards your right wrist. So turning your leg out in the hip socket. Your right knee goes towards your right wrist. Then you can bring your left leg back down. You can walk it back a bit. And then fold into it. So what we don't want is that left hip rolling open. So you don't want to be leaning onto the right hip and have that hip open. You want to have your hips squared. There's lots of props we can use, and we can talk about that later if you need it. In a super perfect world, your shin would be parallel to the top of the mat, and both hips would be down on the mat. You have to be put together in just a certain way, and it has to be a perfect world for that to happen. But in our imperfect world, you should still feel a nice stretch here. So take a couple more breaths into your stretch. Now, bring your hands on your shoulders, lift yourself up. Roll onto your right hip. Swing your left leg around and keep swinging, and try to bring your left ankle over your right thigh. If you can bring now your right foot a little further forward, you could do that. If your ankle doesn't go over your thigh, So here's what I look like today. I'm pretty tight through here. You could be cross-legged. You could have your foot down, whatever you need to do. And be here for a couple of breaths. If you're feeling a great stretch, stay here. If not, you can lean into it. So again, hinging from your hips, not rounding your back. Nice deep breath, soften with that exhale. Out of it, same way we went in. So you're gonna swing that left leg back around. You're gonna be back in your pigeon just briefly, and then we'll step to down dog. So your hands are gonna stay shoulder distance apart. Step that right leg back. You can move or wiggle however you need to. And then we're gonna do those 3 poses on the other side. So we're gonna get your left foot between your hands. So again, I don't care how you get it up there, but your left foot has to go up, your right knee down, your left knee and your left ankle stay lined up. And then heel toe, that left foot out to the left a bit. Bring both hands inside your left leg, and then you decide where you need to be here. You might lower down, you might not. And the best thing about this is, well, I don't say it's the best thing, but in a pose like this, I can't see you, so, and nobody else can see you, so you're not gonna impress anybody if you bring your forearms down. So if you need to be up here, you be up here. Nobody cares if you bring your head down to the mat or whatever. Nobody to impress. All right, we're gonna move into pigeon. So heel toe that left foot back over, bring your hands to frame your foot, lift off of your right knee, lift that left leg up, turn it out. So your left knee goes by your left wrist. You can work that right leg back a little and come onto your forearms or forehead down, whatever's best for you today. Got to be able to soften into it. So if you find yourself gripping and clenching, pull back. Let go. Bring your hands under your shoulders, lift up. You're gonna swing that right leg around, trying to get your ankle over your thigh. And then you can take maybe your left leg forward a bit. So again, if you've got a stretch here, you stay here. If you wanna lean into it, lean into it. Relax your shoulders, make sure your neck is relaxed. If we're tightening up here, it doesn't do us any good where we're trying to stretch. So we gotta stay relaxed. It's great for piriformis. If you've ever been told your piriformis is tight, pigeon is great for that. This one's good for it. So we're gonna come out of this the same way we went into it, same way we did on the other side. So we're gonna swing that right leg around. Hands down, lift yourself up. Back into your down dog, sort of. You're gonna move and wiggle with it. All right, we'll take child's pose here. So bring your knees down, separate your knees a bit. Bring your big toes together, drop your hips back, extend your arms. If your knees are not happy, you do not have to bend your knees that much. You can lift up a bit. You can put a pillow under your bottom. If child's pose is not relaxing, then you don't have to do that, of course. I want you to take a couple breaths in a relaxing posture. Bring your hands under your shoulders, lift your torso. Lean onto one hip, swing your legs around. Come on down to your back. Do the same thing we did at the beginning. Supta Baddha Konasana is what it's called. Soles of the feet together, knees open. You can do your arms like goalpost arms. Just notice your hips feel a little different here. Hopefully they do. Little different at least. A couple nice deep breaths. Let's take a real short Shavasana here. So bring your knees together, Pull your knees up into your chest. Lift your nose up towards your knees. Hug everything in tightly. Inhale. Exhale, bring your head down. Extend your legs. Let your feet relax open. Turn your palms to face the ceiling. Slightly arch your back so you get your shoulder blades under you, supporting your heart. Close your eyes. Let every muscle be soft, warm, heavy. Thoughts are going to come up. Just let them float by. Don't create stories around the thoughts that come up. Just allow yourself to relax completely. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, roll your ankles, roll your wrists, move or stretch any way you need to. When you're ready, bend your knees, roll onto your right side. And make sure you take a breath or two resting on your right side, then gently press yourself up. Keep your eyes closed if you can. We'll come to a comfortable seat. And bring your palms together at your heart center. Inhale and lift your chest. Keep that lift. Exhale, bow your head to your heart. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.